every time I had a bad feeling, I still continued asking questions, engaging with people. And every time I had this feeling, it turned out to be a scam request.
No more stupid questions, sorry.
Just trading shitcoins, losing money like everybody else.
They were pretty happy to discover
Yeah.
it before opening a withdrawal function.
You're a total imposter and a total scammer.
Better to try and fail than don't try at all. Hey everyone who's watching us, this probably means that you are as passionate in Web3 security as you are. So this is a hack-and-proof podcast. We have today our guest Mario Poneder, a former software engineer who found his way into the Web3 space. Now independent smart contract security researcher in his own one-man company, the Centra Vision, and a judge at TOP4 X, secured first place during engine layer audit contest. Did I miss something? Hey Mario.
Hey Alex, nice to meet you. Hey guys, watching this podcast. Happy to be here.
Yeah, maybe you have something to add about you. We would be happy to learn more about you.
Yeah, I mean, I can just start an independent security researcher since 2023. As you already perfectly introduced, Touch and Code Arena, and currently really tied out in security reviews and enjoying the community, enjoying the space, and I'm gonna meet a few people this year and events like ETHCC and ETH Prague and DevCon DeFi Security Summit. Yeah, looking forward. Just shoot right away. Start asking questions if you want. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go.
And by the way, this is Alex. Alex is the CTO of Hack&Proof and head of triage team.
So let's start from your background and how you started in Web3 security space. So how long you have been involved into security sphere before joining Web3? What was your background before audits?
Not really a security background, but a safety background. My previous job, before I got into Web3, I was the lead microcontroller software engineer, lead embedded software engineer at the logistics company. Basically did manufactured the HVs, automated guided vehicles. So in production halls, those vehicles automatically driving, carrying stuff between conveyor belts, interacting probably with people, helping people. And this is really not much about security, as there are no assets at stake, but there's a lot of critical code concerning safety. You have those couple of emergency stop mechanisms that you're not crashing somewhere, bumping into, not hurting people when driving around. And this was also really critical. This was our main focus. And and somehow the dynamics evolved. That the developers I was working with, they were really good at producing a lot of code and really a lot of output. And I was the one who was then spotting in bugs and testing it. And, it got me into the hunting mindset already, but on a safety level, not a security level. Yeah.
I see. So it was kind of like embedded engineering.
Yes.
What was your stack like? It was a C++ or any other programming language?
Yeah, it was rather C, pretty low level. We worked on microchip text instruments, controllers, really sometimes assembly when it had to be really efficient.
Yeah, I see. And okay, it's pretty solid background, to be honest. Not much engineers started from low level programming, but it's pretty impressive. So what were you? I mean, like, and how did you bring into Web3 security? Like, from embedded engineering into Web3 sphere. What was your way?
Yeah, just for everyone to be relieved. I might have sounded pretty professional now, but also really degenerate. I got into crypto for the tech, of course, in 2017. Just trading shitcoins, losing money like everybody else, trying to make a quick buck, falling for scam ICOs, and then slowly following the evolution of the space, but not really taking it that seriously, just finding it interesting. And then over the years, I got more and more interested into it, and I never really engaged with the community or the space, but just tried to keep up with it. And then around in 2021, I tried to do wrote my own contracts, tried them on testing, tried to do some flash loan arbitrage trading. Also lost money in gas fees of fake transactions to the fraud runners and stuff. But this was all very valuable experience, and I felt this. Yeah, I felt drawn to this space. I felt there is a need for these emerging technologies, for developers who are confident, who are willing to evolve with this space. And that kind of out of the blue, I found this decentralization on the side of wanting to offer development services at first. Just by chance. And then pretty soon found out you're not getting any clients if you're not doing any marketing, but I'm not a marketing guy. And then after I founded it, I only found out about Immunify. And Immunify was really that I didn't even know about Code Arena at this point. Immunify was really my first entry point into Web3 security, where things gained traction for me.
Mhm. But did you work before in any Web3 companies, like writing a smart contracts before jumping up into a security, or
No.
or it's only self-learning? Okay.
Yeah, it was only self-learning. I thought I was pretty confident with my normal development background, and also I have worked a lot with programming and GPUs earlier in my life. And I think some paradigms like storage efficiency, memory accesses, and so I see a few similarities to the blockchain coding, and I felt pretty confident actually. I still feel like an imposter having not worked at a Solidity development company, but at Immunify turned out I can spot vulnerabilities, so I jumped directly from traditional development into Web3 security.
Do you remember your first submission, valid submission? I mean?
Yeah, it was below submission, and actually this was really a cheap one. It was I just looked in the compiler warnings, and this was some downcasting error. The compiler actually warned about it. They just reported it that there's no idea about it, and it was valid.
Oh, nice. And what was the bounty for that?
I think $1,500, and I was really blown away by this because
Yeah,
it was
it's pretty big actually
was
for the first one.
yeah, it was quite a good protocol. They really it was a nice interaction. They didn't really discuss. They just paid right away.
Yeah, but it's pretty good start, to be honest. Pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it's absolute brutal motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, and for now you already a judge at TOP4 Arena. Is it correct?
Yes, I'm a judge at Code Arena since October last year, October of 23.
Yeah, and how did you secure that role? Give us some insights. How to become a judge at TOP4 Arena platform?
Actually, at first, when I was still involved at Code Arena and doing audit contests, I never wanted to become a judge. I saw that they are always in a bad position. They are always having pressure from both sides. But then, I chatted with some people from the space, and they encouraged me to just apply, because Code Arena had an application window in last fall. Yeah, and by chance, I applied really with a minimalistic Fortunately, I didn't really put a lot of effort into it. Just linked some findings, stated a bit of a previous expertise, and they didn't expect anything from it. And then they came back to me and said, "Yeah, you're in." And then what? But yeah, it turns out that they probably had a good feeling for it, but because I really love judging and got a lot of positive feedback from it, interacting with people, and yeah.
Do you need to pass any kind of interview to become a judge, or it's just sharing a CV and that's it?
Yeah, it's sharing a CV, introducing yourself, but no interview, and this time you had to link 3 findings of yours, 3 good previous findings, and then explain why this emphasizes your expertise and why this judging was fair, and talking about that. So
Okay, I see. And
Oh,
how many
also-
contests? Yeah, yeah.
sorry for interrupt. Also, you have to be in good standing. If you are the kind of guy who always argues in escalations, arena, you're not gonna be car judge. You have to
Ah,
be kind of chill.
okay. Yeah. No pass, no
Really?
push.
Yeah, yeah.
And how many contests did you judge already?
I think about 6. Yeah, to 6. But one of them was in Back Bounty, because Code Arena is also doing Back
Yeah.
Bounties, and lately I also contributed in a court session. Now we have this appellate court sessions in Code Arena.
Okay, I see. And what is that? What is a concession?
Um,
Maybe
this
our
is
listeners didn't heard about it. Never.
Yeah, this is pretty recent. We had this first with the Unistaker contest when the sponsor appeals, when the sponsor is not satisfied with the severities, with the outcome. But we also have this now. If the discussion between the warden and the judges is never ending,
Uh-huh.
the warden can also put some money at stake, and then there will be a court session where 3 judges independent from this contest re-evaluate the contest judge's decision. That's then the judge will be overruled or confirmed.
Okay, I see. What do you think? What are the main challenges of being a judge of security contests? Like you're dealing with a lot of submissions, and yeah, main challenges during judging.
Trying to be unbiased. Really, GitHub should have. Yeah, I like the approach of Sherlock, where the names are anonymous. But yeah, it's really, it still boils down to a character trait, in my opinion, if you can really be unbiased or not. And also being consistent, really finding a baseline for medium severity. This is always the most critical point. This is always the point of discussion. What's just low and what's medium. And you really have to be fair and consistent. And what's often really hard is to treat people with dignity and respect.
Yeah.
Because especially for newcomers, they are often really, really stressed out by those escalations because they need to make money. There's a lot at stake for them, and they are fighting really hard, and sometimes with poor reasoning. And you still need to treat them well. I
Of
feel
course.
it's yeah.
You need to be polite to both sides,
Yeah.
actually, because from one
Yeah.
side you have a clients who are always pushing you and want to downgrade the severity some way, or because devs are devs, they will always talk. It's not a
Yes.
bug, it's an issue. You don't think that
True.
it's high or
Yeah.
critical, and researchers always want to have a higher severity to get
Sure.
biggest bounties. So yeah. As I know, you joined SpearbitDAO as associate security researcher.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Could you share some insights to our community, because we didn't have SpearbitDAO members so far, and would be nice to hear insights from your side. How to be selected, and what is the main responsibilities of being a security researcher in Spearbit?
So my imposter syndrome only allows me to say that I got lucky. This I got into Spearbit. But basically, when I found out about Cantina, that they're starting Cantina in the end of 23, and it's from Spearbit, I immediately feel the need to participate to make a name there and join a few competitions over there. And there was a particular Solana competition, and in the beginning of 24. I was digging into Rust and Substrate and Solana. Yeah, and in this particular Solana competition, I had quite interesting findings with good proof of concept, coded proof of concept, and seemingly this was kind of impressing some guys at Spearbit and at their charge. And at this time, they were also actively looking for people who have knowledge on Rust, that's Solana. And yeah, then I was asked to do a mitigation review after this competition, cloud mitigation review. And afterwards, they just asked me if I want to join Spirit, and then I just did one interview. But they also have, I think, a real application process, but you can also apply there. But there seem to be multiple ways. They are really speaking people.
Yeah. As I know, the regular way to join a Spearbit is just to apply with CV, and you need to pass several interviews maybe, and you have a task to to audit something, and So yeah, pretty impressive. And what are the main responsibilities of Spearbit DAO member? Do you need to participate in contests, or do they assign you to private audits, and how does it work?
I don't have to do anything in principle. It's not like a job. It's just like I basically raise my hand if they are in need and say I want to participate in this audit, or they reach out directly if they see someone fit for a security review. And then once in the review, you have the classical responsibilities: transparent and quick communication with the client, transparent communication with the team. Be positive, find bugs, write concise reports, and put those hours in you promise them to put in. It'll be integrity.
Yeah. And what is the average number of auditors during those kind of audits? Do you work in team or
Yes,
everybody alone?
I think it's mostly a team of four. I mean, currently working in a team of four, but might be more, might be less. It also really depends on framework protocol size and on the client's budget.
Yeah, I see. Nice. Also, we know that you started your own company, the Central Vision. It's pretty good. Could you share your main challenges of running own company? How to find a client? How to find your first client?
Yeah, this is at first. I mean, why I even started a company is it's as in one main company, I basically have the same responsibilities and challenges like everybody else working solo, but I also did it to kind of have my brain, to hold myself accountable, to keep pushing forwards in this space and be consistent and put in the work. Also, having a company, it has some advantages for me in my own country for tax reasons. So also, for this reason, I did it. But yeah, as I already mentioned earlier in this call, I'm not really actively doing marketing, and I really enjoy working in the shadows. And basically, my first client just reached out to me via Twitter, and also doing solo stuff through other audit shops like Shieldify. They also reached out to me, but also had some private clients so far, but not many. Really enjoy working with other researchers in a team through companies like Oak Security, Spearbit, and so on.
Do you do any cold outreach during searching for clients, or it's basically incoming requests, like via
It's
Twitter or website?
it's just incoming. I'm not pushing it. There are so many opportunities in this space. I'm not don't feel the need to really push my solo into a career.
Okay, I see. Yeah, it's pretty nice that crowdsourced and security in Web3 sphere in general grows so much in last several years. We see more and more contests, these different tags, not only Solidity already, because just a year ago it was only a Solidity audit in the market,
Yeah,
and now we have much more. Like we already see Rust, Cairo, Move audits, and
yeah.
more. And I believe that you will see even more. uh, by the way, if it's not a secret, how you calculating the price for auditing services of yours company? Maybe it could be useful to our newcomers or people who just starting in Web3 auditing sphere right now. How to calculate the price of your services?
This is really, really always a really tough question. Um, and yeah, mostly I cannot really say anything before having looked at the code base, evaluated its complexity, its integrations, because only then you get a feeling for how much to charge for
Yeah.
per line of code. Um, but I think like a good entry salary for a security researcher is about $3,000 per week
Uh-huh.
on the lower end. And yeah, and it depends then how much time you need based on complexity and so forth.
Yeah, it's always an issue for beginners because they think like you just need to have a number of lines and put a price into it, and that's it. But it's not it's not work like that, because you still need to see is the documentation well written, or do they have a documentation at all?
Yeah,
Do they have tests? And what is the coverage of these test integrations, and a lot of stuff around. So yeah, definitely you need to see a scope of work before, and put some time into it to research and make a mapping of future works before calculation of the pricing. But still, you can charge as much as you want for well, if the clients are ready to pay for that, you will
yeah,
get some money. Yeah,
yeah.
this is
Okay.
a short answer.
But I don't want to rip anybody off. There needs to be some reasonable cap. We are already earning quite a lot in this space. I think the majority of us. So be based.
Yeah. By the way, you mostly participate in audits, or do you do bug bounty as well still? Like you mentioned that you started from bug bounty in 2021, or from
Yeah, in 20 late 2021, early 2022. But this is just the beginning, and then I basically sticked with public work, contests, building reputations. I haven't done any bug bounties consistently for a long time. From time to time, I tend to look into it. Also found some smaller things in the past, but it's really seldom. Also, I'm not working under my usual name, 0x Decoder on Unify. I'm working on a different name, totally
okay.
anonymous there. Like that. Probably reveal it one day, but not at the moment.
Okay, I see. And what do you see the main advantages of audit contests, razors, and bug bounties? Like, why do you choose auditing contests?
For engaging with the community and public visibility. This is what really makes you visible in this space, makes you kind of makes me feel alive interacting with those people as a judge, as a contest participant. Um, it feels really like a net positive contribution to the whole ecosystem and not just working in the shadows.
Yeah, definitely. I really like that resource Solidit, which
Yeah.
collecting all reports from all public auditing contests, and it's pretty nice resource for learning, because yeah, you have in one place all previous discovered issues. And that's true that most auditing contests are public, and you can learn on them faster, because not so many reports are disclosed after the bug bounty submissions. I think that the issue is because most of the protocols are on the mainnet already, and it's sometimes it can be bad for reputation to show that you have issues in the mainnet. Like, okay, we fixed it, but still somebody could hack us before, so we don't want to share those insights.
This is really,
Yeah.
really crucial part.
Okay, what is your favorite finding so far? Or maybe most complicated, or one which you're proud of?
It's already was over a year ago now, but it's still my favorite finding. It was at the Code Arena Eigenlayer contest,
Okay.
where I made first place with one single finding, one single high severity finding. And it was quite involved because it was involving basically 3 layers of contracts, but it really broke down to a simple Merkle tree verification issue where you could submit then an empty Merkle group length 0, and then the for loop, which does the hashing, was just skipped. And this alone is actually intended by the underlying verification library, and the upper contract has to ensure that this is not exploited. And to some extent, the high-level contract was ensuring this, but there was really a wall of required statements, very hard to see through, but you could find a way through them with some triggering, finding some finding leaves and root hashes you could provide as a caller, as a user of the method, and in the end, you could withdraw from Eigenlayer multiple times.
Yeah, I believe that they were pretty happy to discover
Yeah.
it before opening a withdrawal function on an eigenlayer. It was
Yeah,
a unique one, is it?
no, unfortunately not. 2 other people found it, but mine got selected for import because I really had the most extensive description.
No, nice. Yeah, it was a pretty good finding. I read it before, and it's public already, so I believe that we can add it in the description, so everybody
Yeah.
just can check it out.
It was a year ago. Yeah, it's already public since 8 months or so. It was just a contest. They immediately fixed it.
I believe that we can jump to the next part of our conversation, and it is about learning, where to start, where to practice, and everything around it. So the first question will be, what is the top 3 X or Twitter accounts you suggest to follow in Web3 Sec to be up to date, and which you like most?
Can I name 4?
Yeah, for sure. You can name as much as you want. It's not a top, so on the
Yeah.
same line will be mentioned everybody.
I'm not gonna talk about those typical learning accounts like Patrick Z Alpha, like most people are following and talking about. My top one pick is Alex, the entrepreneur, or Galo da Spallo, how he's calling himself. Because like me has 2 nicknames. He is also in charge of Arena, a top security researcher, and a builder. I don't know if you know about this, but he is also really digging into fuzzing, trying to build a product for quickly scaffolding fuzzing frameworks and to lower the entry barrier. So, and he is sharing a lot of valuable alpha on Twitter. You know, various security insights and also fuzzing related stuff during the office hours and about fuzzing during office hours on Code Arena. Yeah, he's
So
definitely.
what the
So,
name of the tool he's building right now, or it is not public yet?
yeah, it's public. It's called Recon.
Recon. Okay.
Recon, yeah. So for everybody who is interested in getting into fuzzing, there's also a Discord for it. I'm following this for quite some time. It's helpful.
Okay, we select that number
top
one.
two. Top two.
Yeah.
Trust. I mean, he's not posting that much on Twitter, but if he's posting, it bears a lot of weight, and you can see that this guy truly masters this hand-on-hand audit combat, how he calls it himself.
You just can't miss any article from the trust. Like all the time he's publishing, you just need to read it. Yeah.
He also had some interesting discussions on this class with him in the past, and his mindset. He's really concerned about everything. Most of us make the mistakes, also myself, that when looking for vulnerability, we're also looking. The vulnerability has to be in scope, no question. But the impacts of the vulnerability can be everywhere. And we are often looking that the vulnerability is exactly, the impact is also in the contracts where the vulnerability is. But this is a pretty narrow-minded mindset, and he has really the broad view about DeFi interactions, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you need to think outside the box to find most severe issues, because some of them could have impact for the other systems or even other protocols, of course.
Absolutely. Third pick is Pashov. Also, mostly he's excellent security research and innovation, but also he is the guy to speak to when you want to connect. You want to connect with other researchers, you want to connect with a developer, you want to talk about business development. He also created this big Telegram channel about security research and business development. That he really managed the auditing business, growing solo, and now with part of audit group, employing teams. So valuable, pretty valuable.
Yeah, I believe that Pashov made very huge impact into whole Web3 security ecosystem, because just because of his Twitter, he brings so many good minds into that sphere. So many auditors from Bulgaria was inspired by Pashov, and we had a conversation with George Costanov in our previous podcast, and he was mentioning that Pashov just built a Web3 security in Bulgaria from zero. Like so many people, right? Do you know all these memes in Twitter where people mention it, like average 40 years Bulgarian student earning thousands of dollars on public contests just because they jumped into because of Russia, of course. Okay, and number 4, you want to mention more?
Yeah, I cannot skip but CO32. He deserves to be mentioned. I mean, there are more who deserve to be mentioned, but I want to keep it at 4 people. And yeah, he is not only good, and also a lookout on Code Arena, or validator, how we call them now. But this guy is really positive-minded, hardworking, and net positive for the whole ecosystem. Not just sharing alpha on Twitter, but also what he built with fine audits, providing a platform, protocols, providing a platform for security researchers. This is,
yeah, it's a
amazing.
huge contribution for solo auditors for sure. Like that kind of marketplace where you can find your first deal or first audit in one place. It's pretty nice. Yeah, totally agree with you.
Like we all,
Yeah, just continue.
a lot of researchers have the problem. We also don't want to build our own website. We have troubles with self-marketing, and now with this platform, we have a nice website, everybody basically for free, where we can list our contest and solo audit contributions. And yeah, you basically created a website for every security researcher.
Yeah, and you don't need to spend time into building something on yourself. And you have in one place already clients, and you can just reach out them from here. It's pretty cool. Okay. Could you share any learning resources of how to be up to date with class trends and where to practice? Maybe your favorite list of learning resources.
I mean, to keep up with recent activities, I have subscribed to the Week in Ethereum newsletter, the blog thread intelligence newsletter, and the Chainlight. I mean, the Chainlight Discord and also the Chainlight newsletter.
Oh, Chainlight. Yeah. Also, they build a new tool. Several, maybe a week ago, they released it, which helped to monitor previous hack cases. I don't remember how it goes, but yeah, guys from Chainlight are pretty good. Yes, not a question of our topic, but as I remember, they won an auditing contest of ZK Sync in last year as well, and they were selected as a main security provider for ZK Sync. I'm not sure, but on the Dev Connect, ZK Sync was presenting results of that contest, and like more than half of the submission were from Chainlight team, so they are pretty cool. Yeah. Do they have
definitely.
newsletter? Like yeah. They have something like a digest, security digest of the week or something like that.
It's absolutely amazing. It's really a short overview, but you're up to date about recent activities, recent hacks.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that we will add links in the description so everybody can follow them as well and be up to date all the time. Okay. We have a new part in our podcast which call it a stupid question to security researcher, and we prepared some of them today. So would be happy if you can answer it or explain it like to a child. Who is the first one is who is a solo auditor, and what is difference between solo auditor and auditing company?
So the different, okay. It's so obvious. And then first, and it's actually hard to explain. Here, as a solo auditor, you're basically your own company, and as a solo auditor, you have to do everything, from marketing to client communication. And I think the hardest part is not to feel like a total imposter and a total scammer, because you only have one pair of eyes, and even if you're giving your best, you most probably have missed something. And this is something you have to be aware about, and the client has to be aware about. And with an audit company where I'm just, they get the clients, I'm just, everything is set up, the repo is set up, I'm just providing them the services there, discussing with others. And during these discussions, this is where the value starts growing, where new ideas come up, new findings come up. And I think this is long-term the way to go, and the protocols that are going to understand it. A solo auditor, I think, is more appropriate. This is not a stupid question, actually. The solo auditor will be more suitable, during the process, during the development process, to have kind of take the low-hanging fruits, give architectural advice, and then at the end, have a big security review with a team with a reputable audit shop.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, do you think there is a limit which one people can audit in one time? I mean, like, if any protocol will came to you and ask you for a security review, but they have a code base, for example, like 10,000 line of code. What do you think? Is it the point to say no, or you need to jump in and try it out? Like, because well, my point is that, it's pretty hard to be focused even on a code base with 1,000 line of code. But if you have so huge code base, how to work with scope like that? And is it good or not good to start to audit like that?
I think the probability to miss some findings is really increasing with the size of the code base if you're doing it alone. I mean,
Yeah.
it also varies from person to person. But I mean, if a client is aware of the risks and just was doing it as a pre-audit, I'm taking it. I'm digging into it. Of course, I need to take a long time, probably 10,000 lines of code, maybe 6 weeks. Or longer probably, yeah. And really have to do only this, no other distractions. You have to stay loyal to this client and dream about the code base, really fully understand it. I mean, then it's doable, definitely doable. But still, this will be the point where the value of a team really kick in.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because
Yeah.
we comparing solo auditors and the team auditors, and for it's pretty hard to work with huge code bases, and I believe that since we have so many solo auditors, but we still will need a auditors team like any other auditing company, because to work with such a big scope, especially when the team is in a hurry to be launched, you need to perform fast, and it's pretty hard to audit it in one eyes. By the way, what was the smallest code base which you audited so far? The smallest one.
I think 200 lines of code or something.
Oh, it's still big.
Really?
Yeah. I was waiting to answer like 16 lines of code. It
No.
was a ERC20 token, fully forked from OpenZeppelin repository, and that's it.
Unfortunately,
it's
no.
It's still big. Okay, if we are doing this, okay, let's talk about the client CD. Did you have a client which you didn't want to audit? Like, people just requested you an audit and you say no for them, just because they do something what you don't like.
Every time I had a bad feeling, I still continued asking questions, engaging with people, and every time I had this feeling, it turned out to be a scam request. Not scamming me that I do the audit for free, but scamming me that I need to download something, a steal application. And
yeah,
but with very legit requests, it was kind of neutral and positive feeling from the beginning.
Okay, yeah, I see. Questions. The question is about the rest. How to take a rest during an audit? Okay, let's do a step back. How your usual working day looks like from the beginning till the end, from the morning to the evening?
So, because I'm living in Europe, in Austria, and my sleep schedule, and then I'm working a lot with people from the US in teams, my sleep schedule is already ruined. Totally. But it's okay. I adapted to it. I stay up till 3 a.m. and I'm really focused and active at this time, because all activities of the day, people texting you and always trying to transact all, because my whole every friend, and so only sleeping at this point, which is actually a good thing. And then sleeping till noon. Three days a week I go to the gym because I'm a competitive powerlifter. Join powerlifting
Oh, no, no
competitions.
way.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. What is the
Yeah.
weight? Like, with which weight you're working?
My body weight is currently 95 kilograms, and my maximum squat is 265 kilograms.
Damn.
My best bench press is so far 155 kilograms, and my best deadlift 280 kilograms. And there's just frankly been those rookie numbers up.
It's crazy. It's like weight of the several scooters, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. We
And
have a
also,
power lifter here. No more stupid questions, sorry.
yeah, I'll also know another security researcher who is for bodybuilding. But I think a lot of us who are working in this space, we are striving people. We are people who are really pushing forward in life. And most of us are doing some kind of sport kind of seriously. And
Yeah.
you also need this to get your
Yeah,
mind cleared.
that's what I said, because
Yeah.
training in the gym and sport is something which build your discipline, and you're learning from that to be focused on the same thing for a very long time, because only on the long distance you will achieve results. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I totally agree. So yeah, gym 3 times per week. What else?
Yeah, rest of the time, sometimes doing some leisure activities, meeting friends, but most of the time I'm trying to get the hours in, security reviews, interacting with others. Also, then start my work in the afternoon, work till late evening or night. Also on weekends. Basically, I take off when I need to and when I want to, also during the week, but then again, sometimes I work Saturday night, like last night, for example. And really,
Yeah, and how many hours per day you're spending for code review in a day?
I think the number of productive hours, if you're really focused,
Yeah,
is somehow about maximum 5 hours. Then you are drained.
yeah,
But if you can do some small distractions in between, go for a walk or something, or do some work before the gym and after the gym, you can extend this a bit. But
yeah.
still, I put in mostly over 8 hours a day. But, I also have to do some, administrative work, texting with clients, texting in Discord, doing accounting, doing taxes, and this is also a lot of time that goes in, but I don't have to. This is not
Yeah.
that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're running your own company, you still
Yeah.
need to be responsible for all operation stuff, It's
Absolutely, yeah.
maybe one of the disadvantages, but somebody need to do that. And
Yeah,
still.
sure.
Okay. What upcoming trends or technologies you see in the Web3 sphere in next several years? Like where are we going right now? We see a growth of auditing contests and popularity of Web3 security contests and crowdsourced security. But where are we going? Like, I heard a lot of insights that people believe that AI may be maybe a new trend in the future, and possibly they can replace an auditor. To be honest, I not really believe that they can replace auditors at that moment, and maybe even not in the nearest future. Maybe they can replace kind of validation of reports or something like judging stuff, because they could train on this huge base which we have already, But okay, in my opinion, what do you see? What is the new trends that are coming?
Really agree a lot with your opinion here. I mean, AI might help a lot. I've also experienced this as a judge in Code Arena, because we have a bot that tries to group delegate findings. And this was really pretty accurate and sometimes horribly wrong, but mostly it was more accurate than wrong. So it was really net positive overall for the whole process. And also the bots that are solving the low-hanging fruits, then they're basically pattern matching. I'm not sure if they are employing AI, well, probably a bit. They're really getting better, but I really don't see a chance for those complex involved findings to be caught by artificial intelligence. Therefore, I see a growth in the whole decentralized audit contest. Audit shops, audit companies see really a growth in it. Maybe solo auditing, I think it's already cooling off a bit, but there will always be those superstar solo auditors who are always fully booked.
Yeah, especially with issues in business logic. I believe that you can train an AI for that, because every finding is unique. Like you never know where it can appear at all.
Overall, I see a lot of growth in all areas of this ecosystem, and really some interesting developments concern tooling. Getting back to Recon, that Alex the entrepreneur is working on, consider it fussing. Maybe there will be AI which helps setting up test cases, setting up fuzzing tests, doing the more scaffolding work, helping you to find vulnerabilities faster. But you as a researcher are still responsible to, to define the invariants.
Yeah. And to the final result, like you can't just say like, okay, this tool missed something. It's not I wish. Yeah, of course. Okay. I believe that this is our last question so far. So, what would you advise? What advice would you give to someone who's starting their career in security researcher? Or what would be your advice to you when you were starting, with from point of view where you are now?
Embrace the frustration. Celebrate the frustration. Fail more. Don't spend too much time working on paper, reading reports. I mean, it's important. Learning videos and so on, really still important, but just dig into a contest and fail. And just try to report some findings. The judge will swallow them. It's okay. He's going to pay for it. Be polite when it comes to the escalations, and just get backstage access, for example, on Code Arena, so you have a quick feedback loop. Immediately see what you did wrong, what others find, what you missed, and the pain you feel when you read a report of someone else's solo live finding. This is exactly what it needs. Then you grow and you get better.
Yeah, it's better to try and fail than don't try at all. Okay, and it was the Fact and Proof podcast with our honorable guest Mario Poneder and Alex. Thank you so much for watching us and listening us, and see you in next episodes. Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.